All ready to do this. Hello, hello, hello. It's Cassandra Williamson, and this is the Transgender and Diverse Veterans of America Action Group. And yes, we have a lot of activism and advocacy and legislative stuff and news and commentary, just lots of commentary, primarily. That's essentially what I get into more than anything else. So let me go ahead and put our banners up here because I want to make sure everyone is aware. This thing is being broadcast live across Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and on our website at the tdva-ag.com website. You're more than welcome to come in and hang out. Let me share the link over here in the comments block. Okay, here we go. There we go, folks. Let's paste this over here. Paste comments. Okay. There you go, everyone. There you go. So if you want to come in and join, please do. You can click on one of those links over on Facebook or YouTube or looks like Twitch maybe. But anyway, this is a live program, by the way. And sometimes we do run some recordings and things during this period of time. It just depends. But basically, we're going to do a lot of commentary, a lot of talking about reviewing the news and all kinds of stuff like that, and kind of going down through some comments because we had fun yesterday evening with a group that decided to raid the show. That's a good thing. I got to figure out how to do comments on one side and everything else on the other so I can stream in all the comments and everything together. I don't know how you do that. Got to figure that out. But anyway, so how's everybody doing this evening? If you're under 18 years of age, you need to leave this show. This place is not for you. And the opinions expressed here are strictly mine and mine alone. And that is it, folks. They are mine. My opinions. Mine. And they do not represent the opinions or views of any particular organization, agency, department, the whole rigmarole about going through all that. Make sure you have a disclaimer up there. These are my opinions. And again, this is Cassandra Blake. So, here we go. All right, let's go take a look at the headlines. What do you think? I know we got a few up here that are really interesting at this point in time. We'll call that page up and then go back to this one. Go over here and share screen, share the window, share that window, share that one. Okay. All right. I don't know what that article is about. Anyway, the title is 1 month after Hamas attacks, it's Britain that is surrendering. I'm not sure, no. Okay, not worried about exactly what do they do in communist countries? Okay, well, if she's involved in the conversation, then, God help us. Just been resigns from Columbia board citing moral cowardice, making Jews feel unsafe on campus. Bound to happen, folks. Campuses do have to stand against anti-Semitism. You've got to have some programs on there. You've got to declare that you are not in support of any kind of bigotry of any kind or hatred of another group just because they're different. And that includes taking a stand against anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, even if you want to push it a little bit further. It's certainly not anti-LGBT or anything like that, or anti-trans or anti-gay or, homophobia, transphobia, all those kind of phobias. They're not fears, really. They're just, those people don't fear anything. They just don't understand those other groups. That's what it amounts to. Anyway, so let me go back because I just drifted right off that one. I'm not going to get down into the article. Okay, whose life expectancy is dropping and what this has to do with the rise of Trumpism. Okay. All right, first reading, the man who led a street full of cheering Montrealers in prayer to kill them all. Okay, well, I got this person. Who is this? I think I've quoted something from him. No, who's that? Canadian policies, top story today in downtown. Adi Chakadrio. No, that's not somebody I knew. Anyway, let's skip on through. Go find out what else is going on. Facebook notification. That probably somebody's over there watching from Facebook. Are you? All right. We're scrolling through the news right now. FBI head cites a potential conflict of interest in the selection process for a new headquarters. Okay. I'm going to go to that one. Will salute. Okay, not doing that one. West Bank is boiling. Haley on campus anti-Semitism. If the KKK were doing this, college presidents would be up in arms. She's likely right there. However, I can tell you that you have a right to say and believe and protest in support of or in opposition to all kinds of things. The difference is when you take that to the next level and you start doing violent things or assisting those who are committing these atrocities, have some kind of material support for them, then guess what? That's a different animal altogether. And something can be done about that. But you cannot, I mean, if you're consistent in your thinking about what free speech means and the right to protest and to seek a redress from your government, well, protesting in support of and protesting in opposition to is something that we are guaranteed to be able to do. And that applies to college campuses too. Even if we don't like the message that's being presented. And that's huge. And I'm from way down here in the South, y'all, down in Alabama. But if the KKK were doing that on the University of Alabama campus, which is just like 5 miles from where I live, 7 miles maybe at the most, yeah, I mean, it would piss me off because I do not agree with anything the KKK, the League of the South, of the neo-Nazis, or Hamas, or any other terrorist organization out there says. I just don't agree with it. Don't agree with it. Proud Boys, all of them. I call you all out because it's just weakness of mind. Da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, it should be called out on campus if we were there. That doesn't mean you can stop the marching and the protesting, just as long as it stays non-violent. Cross that over, then you've gone too far. So, schools make brutal moves against transgender students. Yeah. That's normal. School makes a brutal move. Okay, let's see. One school. Which one we're talking about throughout the country? Not going down through here, according to the C5D. Yeah. Axe High Tower. Okay. All right. Ignorance abounds. It's the same kind of shit, same kind of day. Different day. All right. Let's go on down. We'll get to the bottom of the list of things. Texas National Guard soldier attacked by Venezuelan migrants amid tensions over. Okay. Yeah, well, that's bound to happen there too. But we need to. I'm going to say something that's probably really unpopular within all the communities that I probably speak for, considering that I am one of those establishment liberals. But I'm going to say something right here that will probably make some people mad about it. And I really don't care at this point, but I'm going to just tell you anyway. One, for the longest time, I always held that people had the ability to be good people. And I was always looking for that in everyone. I always thought that the world should be more like Star Trek and not like, I don't know, a jigsaw puzzle with all of the different pieces that are just kind of walls around each one. I always used to think that that's probably the best way to go. And it is in a Pollyannish kind of way, and ideally that would be good if it were a utopian kind of place. But humanity is not at that place. Human's not at that place. So the thing of what I would suggest strongly is, one, we've got to figure out how to get that wall up down on the southern border. And also you cannot escape that you got to do it on the northern border as well. And there were a time, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago where I would have told you that we don't need those things there. People they just need to be in here, but you have to come in right. And humanity and people here in this country, especially, and elsewhere really too, everywhere, every nation, every national group of people, they're just not at that place where they can actually be welcoming of everyone, whoever might want to come in. And obviously, there's a point where you have reached the maximum amount or whatever, and that's fluctuating and changing depending on resources and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, but anyway, actually probably do need to close that border off because we don't know. I mean, humans just aren't capable of doing it for some reason. Okay, Ritter politics after nation's first openly gay governor. Who was that? Jim McGravy. McGreevy. Okay, Jim McGreevy. I didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, stopping sharing there. Let's go check and see what's going on over here on the other pages. No comment. Oh, there are comments. Oh, well, look at that. I guess who I get ready to block over here. All right. 435, 45, 34. I don't know what all that means. 434, 534. But I'm just going to go ahead and block you because, you know, your title, your name, you have absolutely, I mean, that's just, you have a right to believe that and say that, but I also have a right to tell you that you're wrong. And if you believe all that crap, what your name is right there, you're wrong. You are wrong. Wrong-headed. Jeez. And the KKK can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't matter, well, that's probably related anyway. But anyway, so yeah, League of the South, all that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put you out here, ban that user from this thing and take your comments away from there. You've been banned and your comments removed, okay? And hi, who'd like to be connected to StreamYard, please? Who, Lord of the Flies? Okay, well, if you look up there in the link, wherever you're watching from there, Lord of the Flies, you can reach out to me, whatever platform you're watching from. I don't know where you're watching from, but if you are there and you can see it, well, you know, but I need to know a little thing, something about you. And, you know, well, we can do it. You know, we'll see what you got. Let's see what you got. You ready? Let's just go ahead and see what you got, because I'm going to tell you that if you are bigoted or biased or anti-Semitic or hateful of any other group of people, or unable to be respectful and show respect and decency and common humanity to other people, even if they are unlike you, and our conversation won't last very long, I suspect. But here you go. There it is. You'll show up down in the backstage, and we'll go from there. We'll see what you got. Okay, there, Lord of the Flies. I don't know anything about you, but we're about to find out. We'll shut off the music for a second, and while you're deciding to come over here, let me go over and look onto, let's go check out, maybe Twitter for a minute. That's not what we wanted. Hold on. I'll go check out Twitter. Let's see what's going on in Twitterverse. Okay? Twitterverse. Da-da-da-da. I can probably do it from right there. Hold on a minute. Let's see if I can. Up here, we'll go to TWITTER. And there we go. Is that the right one? Yes. All right. Go back over here. And we'll come back in a second, check that out. But I'm waiting for this person over here to come in and go, you know, I'd like to see what you got going on. All right. I've already banned this user and their comments. Yep. Come on in, folks. Let's do it. We were raided yesterday evening. I suspect we could be raided this evening. Let me go over on to Twitter, and I may just go on into YouTube too and just put in a couple of comments to see what happens. Hey, let me just put it down here. Hey, anyone want to come on stage with me? Click. New comment. That's in, where'd it go? Okay. Way down here in the bottom. So it just actually populated over on YouTube. Let me see. Twitch, Facebook. Come on in. Let's go check it out, folks. Let's have a chat. Let's go do some presentations at the moment. We'll go get over there and see if we can do some pontification. Pontification. I got to turn the music back on. I got to have a little bit of music in the background. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. And turn it down just a fraction. Okay. There. Perfect. Perfect. Now, let's see. I'm going to change the banner at the bottom. I think it's going to be at the bottom. We'll see in a second. Probably not. Okay. Share. Present. Share screen. There we go, folks. X. All right. All right. So, we must protect our children. Children cannot consent to puberty blockers. But don't you think the doctors actually know, especially if they've gone through the rigorous study and preparation to ensure that that child is actually at that place? And since when, I've got this question. This has been a burning question for a long time. Since when do the Republican Party and the conservatives over there decide that, we're no longer for individual liberty? We want to make sure that we can manage all your children and then your household and then your bodily autonomy. I mean, they have jumped right smack into the middle of your living room. You really want all that bunch of crap in there and all these people in your living room telling you, don't do that. Don't do that. We can't do that. Or you can do that, but not this. And make sure you take time off on Sunday. As a matter of fact, if you read Project 2025, that's one of the things that's mentioned. That is one of the things that's mentioned, guys. Oh my God. Really? They're trying to get people they're trying to make it so expensive on employers that they don't want to be open on Sunday. In other words, they jacked up the overtime rate. They put this clause into one of the appropriations bills that if you're open on Sunday, then you've got to be able to pay that day. You have to pay double time for an employee to work, but that's not going to chase people off. They'll certainly want to do it, but from the employer side, well, that's going to jack up all the prices and everything that you have to charge, and your expenses are going to go up. The idea is if you can tell a business that they have to charge double time just because you want to work on Sunday, I want to ask this question. One, the businesses won't last very long like that because it's a lot of money. But what about Saturday and Friday? Friday's a holy day for our Muslim friends, right? Saturday's a holy day for our Jewish friends, right? So you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You might as well go ahead and say, if you're going to work any American or any person in this country on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, to be fair, then it has to be double time. That's an asinine thing. But anyway, this argument right here is just ridiculous. I had a comment about that earlier, and I'm going to comment again. I'm going to put the same thing in here again. Oops. Oh, no. Since when does the Republican Party since when do, I'm not going to say it like that. I'm just going to put this picture in here because they've seen it before. Keep posting it. Okay, open. You just don't, you do not wish to engage in a conversation, do you? And a conversation about this, do you? Ignoring, yes. Let's talk. Hey, come over here. Come here. Let me see. Join me here. I'll put the link in there for going backstage. That'll do it. Okay. Oh, okie dokie. All right, let's go back and check this one out. All right. I kind of have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun in here. Make up another word. Gender and birth sex are the same. No, they aren't. No, they aren't. And think of it like this, okay? Well, here, we know more now than we did in 1880. Or now than they did in 1880. Let's see, we know more now than they did in 1880. It's like, we know more science. Okay. All right, so that was the one reply I got. I had to go and respond to that one. Let's see if anybody's over here wanting to get in. Oh, that's just me sharing the page down there. Let's go back up to this one, back to the sharing of this notification. And nope, not going over there. Let's take a look over on, where else we want to go? Anywhere? No, we're good. We're just going to back out of that, stop sharing. All right, so whoever's in here, let me see where you are located. Facebook, okay. All right, person over on Facebook, how you doing? Come on over and say hi. Come on over and say hi. Let me put it down here in the comments again for you, okay? Now, I don't know which Facebook page you're actually looking at this on. Maybe I'll just do it like this. I'll create a banner for you. And then, well, but you can link it though, can't you? Anyway, so other big news today. The one thing that they did not mention in that stream of consciousness news we saw earlier today, you know what? I mean, just a few minutes ago, you know what it was? Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia has decided not to seek re-election through the Democratic Party to be the senator from West Virginia. Yeah. So that opens up that spot, and already it was looking like the Republican up there was going to take it anyway. But you know, Joe's tried to do his best to maintain that conservative Democratic side of things and still be interested in people, not just looting people. So, but then he had this statement to say he was thinking of running a presidential campaign and run for president, but he's going to test the waters out there. He would stand a better chance than Kennedy, the Kennedy person that's running, the Kennedy family person that's running from down in Louisiana. He would stand a better chance than him to get it, that's for sure. But, geez, what will that really do? I mean, is it too late to file? I think it is in most places. You'll have to run on some other kind of party platform or no party as an independent or no label or whatever. I don't know. You'll have to do something like that in order to, run if it decides to do it. If he decides to do it, he may not do it this time. He's still pretty young, so he can handle it for a little while longer. Anyway, that was the other big news talking about today. Yes, indeed. And I do want to go in, and we're just going to go play one of these YouTube things. I'm going to pick up YouTube again here at the top. I want to go listen to one of these, and you can listen with me, okay? And give me 1 minute to actually do the search I want to do. Let's see if there are any new videos out there for Project 2025. That's probably the best one, MSNBC. No, not MSNBC's best one, but I'm talking about Lisa Miller. She's darn good about that. I don't see any new ones in here yet that I don't already have. La 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 la. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we'll just hang out and talk for a second. What was I going to do? I was going to say something. I didn't write down a note on this one. Did I? Let me get another drink. My throat's really dry. Come on over and say hi, folks, wherever you might be. You're more than welcome to come in and join with us, okay? Dun, 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 dun. All right, well, let's see if we got anybody rating us today. No, nobody's coming in. I was going to do something and I forgot. I got all this white hair. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So here's some things coming up. Here's some things coming up in the next week. All right. Let's see. Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, which is the third Wednesday of this month, third Wednesday of November, we will have our executive leadership meeting. And that will start at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And it'll be live broadcasts too. And also our monthly general membership meeting is on Thursday of next week. So the 15th and 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern time, both those days. You have on the first one on the 15th on Wednesday, executive leadership meeting. And the next one on the 16th, we have at 8 p.m., we have the general membership meeting. Make sure you set your calendars aside, and every month they occur on the third Wednesday and Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. Monday of next week, I'll be in, not this coming week, but week after, I'll be in D.C. I'll be flying up to D.C. on the Sunday the 19th. Get there about 1:30 or so Eastern time, landing at National Airport. And then I'll be there from Sunday through Monday and through Tuesday, and then fly back Wednesday afternoon to Alabama. So, going to be up there a few days. It's going to be good. I really have a Tuesday is set aside to meet with anyone who's still around. I know that's the week of Thanksgiving. A lot of things are closed down. A lot of people are heading out of town to take care of stuff. But we'll just see who's around to spend some time and talk. Because right now, we need to be convening a whole group of people up here, a whole group of organizations to take on Project 2025. If you haven't read that Project 2025, you need to do so, folks. And here's why. Here's why. So let me just go up here and just go right through this thing. Let me stop the music in the background first, because I'm going to share a screen, and for the next few minutes, you can listen to this, okay? And I need to go where the music's located. Where is that? Oh, it's right there. Okay, here we go. Share. Present. And share screen. Project 2025. Go over to here. Now, this next thing right here is from Lisa Miller. She talks about 2025, the Project 2025. It's a really good little thing. It's about 36 minutes long. It'll take us up to the top of the hour. There's some other shorter ones down through here. This is the Heritage Foundation actually talking about it. And I haven't listened to this darn thing because that's 13 minutes. Let's listen to them. Let's go listen to the Heritage Foundation talk about this. And I wonder how many things they're going to say in there that they decide to leave out.
Next president. Heritage has, what is Project 2025? It is everyone here. This is the movement. We are going to be prepared day one, January 2025, to hit the ground running as conservatives to really help the next president. Heritage got on the marker as an organization by delivering the first mandate for leadership in 1980 to President-elect Reagan. We also, over time, gave a lot of resumes in, but when Dr. Roberts came aboard, he said, this task in 2024 is too big for any one think tank. This has to be a movement. And what we've done is use our convening power here at Heritage to bring the entire movement together. So 2025 is not a Heritage thing, it's a conservative movement thing. We're gonna explain briefly here, we're gonna have a panel and we'll have a video, but what we're doing is systematically preparing to march into office and bring a new army of aligned, trained, and essentially weaponized conservatives ready to do battle against the deep state. So if you would, join me in watching the video and inviting our fellow panelists here, Ed, Rick, and Ken Cuccinelli over, so we'll cue the video and have a little discussion.
What is Project 2025? It's a call for you to come work here, Washington, D.C.
Conservatives face a tough challenge in Washington, the swamp. The left has built a system that blocks and sabotages our efforts to run our government and deliver a conservative agenda.
People would come into the government on behalf of a president and not be bought into the agenda that he was elected to do. They were either uncommitted or incompetent.
Things aren't going to change unless you commit to serving our country.
We want to make sure that the plans that are in place have been vetted so that the person knows not only what argument and excuses come in their way, but what the answer is, and have the trust of a movement-wide effort led by the Heritage Foundation to make sure that they know that it's credible and it's conservative.
This time, we have a secret weapon. This time, we have Project 2025. By learning from the experience of former conservative appointees, we can overcome common obstacles and get things done.
The reason I got involved is because I wanted to be part of a movement-led effort, and Heritage Foundation has used their influence to be able to convene the movement.
We can be ready to hit the ground running on day one of the next administration. In the wise words of Morton Blackwell, you owe it to your philosophy to study how to win. Project 2025 will ensure a conservative agenda is ready to roll on day number one.
Make sure that we, as conservatives, are prepared to hit the ground running January 20th, 2025. To learn more, go to project2025.org.
Great. Well, let me explain briefly how we've structured Project. Thank you. Let me give you a little overview how we've structured you. And we're standing at the ready.
I'm skipping through on some of this stuff because Here we go.
To train them up and give them policy expertise. But this is a database conjoining all of our personnel recommendations into essentially a conservative LinkedIn. This is for anyone in America to enter. Anyone who's listening to this, how do you function in government? How that works and all these. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience on the last transition and how this project will make it different?
An awesome responsibility. Static about it. I wish I'd had at least this
as lead author, but the reality is in DHS, and you'll hear this from other chapter leads as well, over 30 people contributed to writing this chapter. It covers the entire waterfront of the department, which is Mark Morgan orders, but we reflect alternative. It doesn't surprise that many instances. Team, as you heard, coming administrator set up by Russ Vode, that only makes purely on behalf of good conservative policy.
Focused rightly every 2 years on electing the right people, and so much of your time and energy and of 20 folks, that's not paying or pressing
who they are yet. They're
Okay.
and giving them the battle plan.
I'm not going to present any more of that. Okay. Anyway, geez. With that, I'm going to call it a day. Just turn the music back on and go, because I really don't have much more to say at this point in time. So have a good day. Have a good evening, everyone. Talk to you later.